never made him feel different.
It was just like, hey, you're just another guy, so you just carry on as usual.
And when he wanted to go out for football, Gabe remembers other schools threatening to boycott playing against Gonzaga at just the thought of them having an African American on their team. The coach stood by Gabe.
He was the main one who said, hey, we'll play our game somewhere else. But Gabe, if you want to be on this team, you're going to be on it.
Gabe really is the foundation from a historical perspective on which every African American student and every student of color, and frankly, the rest of the school, period, stands.
On Saturday, the school will honor Gabe Smith. His name now inscribed along the football field.
I love the fact that our boys are able to look at a living example of someone who faced adversity. He provides hope for all of our boys, black and white.
Gabe never became a priest, but he's thankful for that Jesuit who changed the faces of Gonzaga for the better.
They did what they felt was right, and you can't argue with that.
David Culver, News 4.
Good to hear when you look back, because there was so much nastiness and awfulness going on back there.
Makes you appreciate what the school is like now and the changes it engendered everywhere else.
Sure. And also be reminded there were some good people back then.
And good thing they got it to him. They got a chance to do this with him while he's still alive.
Yeah, I know.
Beautiful.
To hear a story from him.
Hope he enjoys it. All right, well, school started months ago, but it's a new beginning today for Fairmont Heights High School in Hyattsville. It was officially dedicated with the ribbon-cutting ceremony. The new building is state-of-the-art, and it houses environmental sciences, information technology, and a performing arts program. The makeover there, it has been decades in the making. The original Fairmont Heights High was the first public school for African-American students in Prince George's County.
NFL Hall of Famer Harry Carson says people should know about the dangers of neurological damage before they sign their kids up to play football. Carson and other former players joined brain injury experts at a forum on Capitol Hill today. Some House Democrats are looking into whether they should, even if possible, do anything to make football safer. A number of recent studies have shown the dangers of long-term brain damage. But Carson says it's not just limited to the NFL.
High school athletes, college athletes who never even got the opportunity to play in the NFL. But there's another group that sometimes we don't really think about, and those are the soldiers who have sustained post-traumatic stress disorder and also post-concussion syndrome.
At the forum, Carson told lawmakers that he would not let his own grandson play football. College students drowning in debt say they're willing to give up a lot of rights just to get rid of it.
Yeah, the results of hundreds of students recently polled are eye-opening. Consumer reporter Susan Hogan here now with a look at some of their responses. Pretty shocking stuff here.
It is really. And wait till you hear what they're willing to give up just to get rid of this debt. So student loan debt affects more than 42 million people. And to see just how badly people would like to get rid of it, Credible.com conducted a survey and asked, what would you be willing to deal with or give up in order to have your student loans forgiven? So take a look at this. A staggering nearly 50% said they would actually give up the right to vote. 43% would give up the use of ride-sharing services like Uber and Lyft. That says a lot because they love that stuff. 42% said they would be willing to give up traveling for 5 years, while I love this one. Only 27% said that they'd be willing to move back in with their parents. So, I mean, you're right, exactly.
I'd like to see what the parents would say about that, what that poll would
And so
be.
none of this really is surprising, considering that students are paying back more than $8 trillion in student loan debt. And speaking of that, when it comes to student loans, the Federal Trade Commission put out a warning today we wanted to pass along to you. The FTC says it is cracking down on student loan debt relief scams. Today, it announced an initiative they're calling Operation Game of Loans. Get it?
Oh, yeah.
Right? Clever.
Are there any flying dragons?
No. A federal and state law enforcement targeting scammers making false promises and charging illegal upfront fees, which are in upwards of $95 million. Huge, huge issue out there. And we're really asking if anyone has ever been targeted like this. Just let us know so we can see what we can do
It'll be
about it.
interesting to see what that,
that
looks like.
Right?
Giving up the Uber and Lyft, that kind of does sound serious.
I think so too.
If they said they'd give up